Hello, hello, hello. It's Crafty Chris here again for another Thursday night scrap your scraps. And sorry, I went brain dead for a second there. And I have a real problem. I am overflowing my little binder of bits and pieces of paper that are less than 6 inches, and so I've got to get a move on with some other ideas. So tonight what I thought I would do is show you how you can use your scraps, your little strippy scraps, with some of your larger pieces of scraps to make photo mats and have them pre-made in colorways so that you can use them on layouts as the colors are matching. So as you can see, I've got all kinds of packs of paper, white as well, with little bits of oh, this was a double pack, it's got 2 colors in it, pieces of colored pattern paper. I also have my strippy bits here, and so I'm going to start. My usual photo sizes are generally 2x3, 4x4, 4x6, 5x7. So I'm going to ignore the 5x7 right now, and I think I'm going to ignore the 4x6, and I'm going to make 3x3s, 4x4s, 2x3s, and I think it's 3x5.5 or 3.5 by 5 3/4. Anyway, I'll figure it out. 3 1/4 by 5.5. Anyway, so I'm going to make a few of these mats. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start with orange, just because I happen to like orange. And it's a dull day, and it's nice to make things brighter. I'm going to use my mat that I have here. So this one is 2.5 by 3.5. So that's bigger than a 2x3, but that's fine because I don't mind having a border around it. But I'm going to trim it down just slightly. No, this one's ready to go. Maybe I'll use that one. So 2 1/4. It's just a little over 2 1/4. Okay, we'll start with this one. Get my cutter. Got myself a new cutter. Really thrilled with it. I want to have just, whoops, losing my light there. I want to have just a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. So if I'm doing a 2x3 photo, I need a 2 1/8 by 3 1/8 mat. So I'm going to cut this one down to 2 1/8 by 3 1/8, and that'll get me my very thin 1/16 of an inch mat all the way around my photo. And if you're not really sure what I mean by that, let me just grab my mat templates and get a 2x3. So this is my 2x3 photo. Okay. And when you put that photo on there, let me just, you've seen this before in previous things. These are just my photo markers or placeholders. So you can see here that this is just a tiny little bit out beyond the edge. Now what I want to do is something a little funkier to the edge of this, and I want to grab, these are not organized in color, which is a bit of an annoyance. But I just haven't had time because there's so many extra of them than I was thinking I would have. This is my last cleanup. So there's my orange background. So I'm going to go through here and just pull out things that I think, and I'm really sorry about that light. Maybe if I did, you know what? I think I'll just put this, there we go, that won't shine so obviously. So I'm just going to put some colors of things that I see that might go along with that. Not really. And it can be random. It could be dot. Well, the dots are a little bit too big. This has a little bit of color in it. Some plain and some colored ones that will coordinate with this color of orange. And literally I'm just like picking through my pieces. Now a lot of my pieces have two sides. No. So what else do we have in here? Ooh. That's kind of interesting. Maybe some turquoise to go along with the turquoise that's there. And there is a little bit of pinkiness in that. So let's see if I can find some kind of a dark pinky orangey color. Nope. Maybe a little of that. I don't want to dump the whole bag out because it would just make you mental to see all the different colors there. I'm just pulling out as I see things. There, that will go. There's some dark brown. That's a little piece of white. There's some yellow. And there's some orange and yellow. Okay, I think that might be enough to get me started, to give you the idea of where I'm heading with this. So, I am not going to waste these strips all on this one piece. But, for instance, there's strips like this. I'm just going to tear them so they have a torn edge. And I'm just going to stick them anywhere from 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch from the edge. So I'm just going to need my tape runner, and I'm just going to start randomly placing them. And since I did that one up there, I'm going to do this at the bottom, but I want to have my tear in the front. So again, I'm going to give it about the same amount of space. And let's see, I have some of this orange. I'm going to tear some of that orangey bit off. I might tear this a couple of times and put this on short. Maybe I'll just put this over here. And this wasn't torn in the right direction, so I'm fixing that. And I'm going to put that up here. And it's okay if things end up overlapping each other. I just want to get some sort of interesting finished edge. So just bear with me. I'm going to get a couple of bits of this on the paper. I really don't know how I'm going to finish that end, but let's get it to the edge anyway. And here's some brown. I'm going to do the same thing. Maybe make that a bit shorter. And I'm overlapping in the back. I'm not really worried about how it plays out. Whoa, that was weird. Never waste anything. And I'm going to put this maybe a little bit longer behind that one. Trying to keep it under 3/4 of an inch if I can. And no, this doesn't want it up. There we go. Under 3/4 of an inch if I can. And this one I'm going to line up, actually make it quite a bit shorter. There we go. Line it up right along the edge. So you can see I'm starting to build this jaggedy sort of coordinating color like thing. And hopefully it will start to look fairly interesting once I start getting a number of different colors on there. Gonna put that one just a little bit taller. There we go. Do I want some more? Sure. Sort of rip that differently. Oh boy. Don't want your glue or your tape runner to run off and stick to the bottom of your tape runner. That can be not a happy thing. So I'm going to stick this down here. There we go. I'm going to leave that for now and maybe take some of this and put that here. And take some more. Put that there. And we're slowly building up this interesting looking piece. I think that's all I wanted that right now. I'm going to have a little bit of this. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't want to stay straight. I want some of that turquoise sticking out. There we go. And then put some down here at the bottom. There we go. A little bit of this turquoise. Don't need it to be very long. This one's a little bit wider, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays in. Oh. Okay, this one is not sticking properly. So I'll redo that. Nope, lost it. Okay, we'll use this piece then. Want that right along the edge there. Now I have a little gap, so I can stick a little piece of something in there when I'm ready. Oops. But right now, I like the width of this. So I'm going to keep putting that in there. That's there. We have some of this little bit of yellow stuff. Ooh, that's a little bit too much. But I'm liking that flower. Part of that flower anyway. So we're going to add that flower to this side, but I'm a little too long, so I'm just going to tear some of that off. And let's see, some more maybe down at this end. Now what I want to do is sort of like build so that it looks like a bit of a rectangle, so it maintains that rectangular look, and but give it the sorry, ripped it the wrong way. There we go. Give it a bit more of an interesting look. Hang on a second. There we go. I want that to be just a bit shorter. So you can start to see that rectangular shape. I'm feeling that I need to pull this out just a little bit more. And I can do that by just slipping it out. And lining it up. Like that. And I could take that piece off, put it back where it was over here. And then I can put this guy back in here. We've got our rectangle again, and I'm going to put a little bit of pink in this corner, and I think we're done. Yeah. So I'm just going to go in there. Oh, I need one little bit for there. I think I can fill that in there. And I'm doing that so that when I put this behind here, it has a flat edge. All right, so there's one frame all ready to go. And if you put your 2x2 on there, you can see now how interesting that looks. So that's a 2x3. So let me just get some washi tape. Light tack washi tape, but when it touches itself, it's not light tack. Okay, I'm just going to stick that under, nope, stick it under here, and I'm going to lay that on there. So that's our first example. Alrighty, so that was an orange piece that we did. So I'm going to leave out some of these small bits because they may work with other colors. Then I'm going to choose a different color piece. Now, if I were doing an orange layout, I would continue in the orange, but because I want to show you as many different sizes as possible in layouts, opportunities, or what am I trying to say? In background cardstock opportunities. So I'm going to stay away from beige. Let's go to brown and see what we can do with brown. Now we have a 2x3, so let's do something squarish. This is my brown pile. Stay away from anything that looks like a rectangle for now. These are all rectangular ones. There's a plain one that's square. Oh, there's another plain one that's square. There's a decorative one, but that's not going to translate too well. I can tell you right now because the color is too much distance between the color. That might be a little better. Or maybe we just stick with plain. Or maybe we go to stripe, but then stripe is going to be kind of weird. Let's see how it looks when we put our... Okay, so this is a 3 by 3. That's actually too small. This might be a bit better. 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Yep, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So we're going to use that one. These guys are a little small because I want to have a 3 by 3 photo on there. And I'm just going to put this back in some way, somehow. Got it all falling all over the place. What's this one? It's 3 1/2 by... Oh, that's a good size for another one. All right. This isn't going to work. Okay, let's try it this way. You can get these at the dollar store, these bags. I wouldn't spend a lot of money on your bags. Yeah, they're not photo safe, but your paper's photo safe. So as long as you don't keep them in there too long, you should be okay. The longer you keep them in there, though, the more difficult it will be. Okay, so we're going to start with this 3 by 3 size mat, and I'm going to get out a 3 by 3 placeholder. Just lightly tack it on so we can see it develop with the placeholder on it. A little bit of washi tape. And let's stick it down. There we go. All right. So there is our, oops, I lost my, there we go. There is our mat. It's not exactly perfectly aligned. There we go. Maybe that's a little better. Alrighty. So now we have a lot of leeway with browns because we can use multiple colors. Like it's almost a neutral at this point. So let's decide what color we want to gear it towards. We can gear it towards browns and use different colors of browns to mat it. Maybe we'll try that. So I have some browns and yellows already, and that's kind of patterny. I don't know where my strips went though. Oh, here's my strips. So let's dig through here. Oh look, I got some paw prints. Some patterned flowers. Some leaves. There's a lot of opportunities with brown, being that it kind of registers as neutral. I already got that one. So let's kind of make sure that we're not going too many colors. So we've got browns with yellow and orange. The green I think might be a little too much. So let's stick with browns and maybe a little bit, nope, that's too much. Might add a touch of that in at the end in a small place. That's got an interesting tip to it. Too many colors though. Alrighty, what do we got here? That's kind of a neat brown. It's got a frame on it almost. That's a neat pattern brown, but that is just a bit too harsh. This would work. That would work. No, that would work. Maybe a bit clashy. Let's see, anything light? There's a kind of greeny brown. I don't like that. What else? What else? What else? That's greens. kind of a light color. Huh. Not as many patterns in the brown as I had in other things. Already got that text one. Oh, there's one that's kind of neat. Little tiny bit of that might work in. This is kind of a burgundy brown. And I just lost a piece of it on the floor somewhere. Oh well. Tomorrow is vacuuming day. I'm sure I'll find it. Yeah, what else do we have here? Kind of have gray and brown in that. I think that'll be enough to get us started. Okay, so in the same way that we worked on the other piece, just realized, there we go. I'm looking for my eraser, because believe it or not, that little piece of pencil crayon or pencil was distracting me. Alrighty, so we are going to take some of these and again have that distressed edge. We don't have to have the distressed edge. Actually, let's try it without a distressed edge this time so we can see what that looks like. I'm going to give that the full length. There we go. And let's try the other end. So again, I'm going to put this lower. And this time we're doing square ends. So I need to trim this one because I would like to put more of that on. There we go. And this one's going to go here. There we go. So we've got our start. Okay. Take some of this. I'm going to try and keep it away from the other one because they are both very similar width. So I kind of want to give it some space. I think I'll only put 2 of these on. Actually, I'll go a little bit shorter. There we go. Put that aside for now. Take some of this burgundy brown color. Stick that behind there. And put that up there. And I have no real, theory as to how I'm doing this. It's just how it's ending up there. I kind of just look at the color in the moment and go, okay, where would I like to have that? Put that aside for a minute. A little bit of this color. And I'm going to put the texture side there because I think the texture is pretty cool. I actually think I'm going to put it in front of the burgundy. There we go. So we have a little bit of overlapping happening there. Looks a little more interesting. And let's take the other end. Put that texture. And we're going to put it with that piece. Okay, I think that's good for that. Now this only has one end that has that. I'm going to hold off that. I like the dogs or the paw prints. Don't know if they're dogs or cats. or if it even matters. We want that dog print to show. There we go. There we are. And then from the other end, I'm going to make a much longer one. Oops. Put that on my glass mat. And this one is going to be, that's a little long. I want to keep it to that 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch thing. There we go. And I'm just going to rip that in half. And put this right at the edge here. There we go. And I think I might do exactly the same to the other side. Right to the edge. There we go. And then I can maybe pop a little yellow in there. Gold, yellow, whatever it is. So open that up a bit. Drop this down. There we go. Sorry, had to take it off screen so I can see it. There we go. And a bit of this yellow on the other side. No, don't want it there. I think I want it here. Don't want it there either. Maybe I want it here. Is that where I want it? Yes. Alrighty, so we'll leave the other one for, no, maybe we'll use it. Take the ends off. Put it here. And there we go. Alrighty, going to do some work down here. So I think I'm going to put some of this stripe in there. Yeah. Okay. Bit of the stripe here. And there we go. We've got that corner sort of happening there, so it gives us that edge. And I think I want to put this one here. Yep. So again, we have that edge happening, that squareness. Actually, I think I want to switch this out from here and put it over here. There we go. And then I want to put this one on this side, because otherwise they're both on the same side. So I don't cut myself. All right. There we go. Alrighty, so I can put a little bit of brown in behind there. My barking neighbor dog is out in the backyard, letting everybody know he's there. Alrighty, starting to look good. I need something here, a little something there. Maybe I can put some of that there. There we go. Almost done. Just something here. Now, what I decide goes there is going to make a difference. So I could have one piece going one way, and then the other piece going the other way. All right, that's what we're going to do. Whoops, wrong side. This one's going to go here. Right, and then this one is going to go here. All right, and there's number 2 done. This might be a bit high, or this might be too low. I can't decide. So let me see what happens when I change that. I think I like it better high. So we're just going to take this off and keep my glue very low. Stand this up as high as it can go. All right, so now there's one that doesn't have a rough edge. So there's our one with the rough edge, and there's our one without the rough edge. Kind of looks fun. Okay, and then we're going to keep all that there. So we have that many. Now, what's a really difficult color? Yellow is a difficult color to do. So let's do, what's this? This is 3.5 by 4.5, which is like a 3 by 4. No, don't want to do that. Ooh, there's a lemon yellow. That's 3.25 by 4. 4.25. 3.25 by 4.25. Okay, perfect. So then that means a 3 by 4 will fit on there with 1/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to take a 3 by 4 out of here. There we go. Now, I may want to trim it down if that yellow is too much. Or it may be just a challenge. Yeah, I think I want to trim it down a bit. I'm going to move the browns over. The first one's over. So this is 3.25, so I want it to be 3 1/8. And this is 4.25, and I want it to be 4 1/8. Okay, that I think will make me happier because it's quite a stark color, but it's one way you can get rid of your stark paper without wasting it. And let's get another piece of washi tape. Line up our 1/16 of an inch all the way around. There you go. So it's minimized, but you can still clearly see the yellow. All right, now this I think I want to be bright and cheerful. So I'm going to be looking for bright and cheerful stuff. And I'll put this to the side. All right, now, it's not very bright, but it's cheerful. Now there is yellow. This is a lime yellow. This is a regular yellow. We're only going to see a small bit of that, so I'm not really worried too much about that. What about something like that? Multicolored. Oops. And then I have some green. This is multicolored. I'm not sure about that one. So we've got greens, we've got yellow. Let's find some pink. We have hot pink. I have pale pink and hot pink. I have turquoise. Now that I'm moving in this color, I'm thinking of spring, and these guys don't work so well. They're a little too aggressive. That's more of a nicer palette. This is a little too acidy looking. Let's see what else I can find here. Oh, this has interesting pink and green on the back. That might work. Got some of that already. Let's see if we can find some more turquoise. Whoa, what was that? That might work a little bit. It's kind of pale. You don't need two turquoises. Nope. All right. I have a little bit of a pale turquoise happening here. So that kind of blends in a bit. This is going to go. Oh, it's down here. It's white. Don't need white. There's another kind of pink that's in the middle of those two pinks, or at the end of those two pinks. It's kind of a peachy pink. And we have, I don't know where I'm going with this. Do I like that? Do I like that? Or do I like that? What's on the other side of that? Nothing. Okay. This is not working in with that. Oh, I just got some plain teal. Perfect. And I gotta find a little bit of yellow because we gotta tie it in. It's not the best yellow. Let's see what else we have. I have that yellow. I think I'll stick with the lighter pattern, the calmer pattern, and ooh, we have purple, and then we have purple. Nah. All right, I think we're going to do away with those guys. I'm going to move to these guys. Anything on the back of that? No. This peach is kind of not doing it for me, but let's see. Oh, that's the same kind of peach, but it's not as weird looking. All right, so it's taking me forever to pick. So I will stop picking. Oh, totally like that better. Okay. Alright, let's get doing. I'm just going to keep these inside in case I change my mind. Alrighty. So, let's start with this kind of acidy looking yellow. And I'm going to do scruffy edges again. And I don't know why I start from the right side all the time, but I do. And now this is going to go down low on that side. Okay. Then we're going to take this piece. This is kind of a bit of a green, greeny yellow. Put that low, and then, whoops, wrong way. It's got blue in it, but it should be okay. Oops, cover up that. Bring these over here, have that up there so you can see. That's the way to do it. There we go. Okay, put that aside. The pink. Oh, it's got the same pattern. There we go. A little short one, and I think I want a bit of a longer one. Trying to spread out these ones that look very, oh, hit the wrong edge. That look the same size. Trying to get them spread out a little bit. Okay. So it's going to be short, short. Line that up there. Alrighty, so now we're going to take some turquoise. And stick that there. Stick this there. Got a pattern turquoise. It's a little too long. There we go. That's better. And there we go. So we're starting to build. And you'll notice that that yellow now is really diminished. You know, when we remember how bright it was, this is really helping to minimize it. Okay, I'm going to put that aside. Put that aside. Okay, we're going to have some bright pink. I think it's going to go right here. Looks like the perfect spot for it. And pink. There we go. And I think I want more. It's doing a good job anchoring, so I want to kind of keep it anchoring things. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're going to do this light green. Just a little of it. A little short one over here. That's just a little too... Okay. I think we'll put it right there. That's the same height. So I want to try to vary the heights of things, but not get the colors together. There, that might work. Yeah. Okay. And then I think I need a taller piece. For over on this side. Okay, so there we go. All right, so there's where we at. I need something a little different there. So I'm going to cut through and rip off that pink that's there and the green. Just because I need something that has a little bit of punch behind those. There we go. That looks a little better. And then I can do the same thing with the stripe. Oops. Over on this side. There we go. So far, so good. Now I have to finish off the edges. So I don't have any pink over here, so I'm going to use some hot pink in that area. There we go. And I think we're good with the hot pink. All right. So I want to put some of this green over here, but not a whole lot of it. More just to finish that corner. Okay, got way too much glue on there. A couple of these. Just peeling back some of the glue for the tape runner because it was too high. And it was forcing me to there we go. Beautiful. A little bit of that green in that corner. A little bit of that green there. There we go. You know what? It's going to go down just a little lower. Or higher, I can't decide. There. Okay, so there we are so far. So I need something for here, something for here, something for here. All right, let's go back. And let's put a little turquoise there. Oh no, it's a good thing it's all glued down. Okay, so there we go. So that corner now is sort of finished off, gives you that rectangle. So I need something here and something there. And I think I might go back to this stripe. Let's see. Except I still need something beyond the stripe. Maybe some of that. Okay. We'll put that there. There we go. And we'll put this. There we go. So finished, finished. Just one something there. And is it going to be a light something? Or is it going to be a... No, can't be that. Or is this going to be the something? Yeah, that's going to be the something. And there we go. And there is your third finished mat. So let's just take a quick look. I'm going to move all this out of the way. At our 3 pieces. I'm going to blind you. Let's see. That was denim paper. We'll just throw that down. That might help us from getting a reflection. All right, so we have the 3x4. We have the 3x3. And we have the 2x3. And of course you can do this any size. You can even do it up to 10x10 if you really want to. Whoa, that one's not very straight. But isn't that fun? I kind of like this. I could probably do hundreds of these. Anyway, so that's my quick video for tonight. The other thing you could do to pop it and take it to that next level is to find bits and pieces in the designs where you could put glitter or epoxy or what do you call it, gems on your layouts, on your backgrounds. Anyway, thank you for joining me. This is Crafty Chris out. Have a great week.